Welcome back, Eric Ducommon here, and on this channel we just talk about whatever I feel like talking about, but today it is specifically about credit reports, mortgage loans, and a little bit about how I've used business credit to improve my personal credit and what that means in terms of credit scores and being able to qualify for loans and interest rates, terms, and all that good stuff. If you've been paying attention to the Ducommon Properties Facebook page and to this channel, you know we've been doing a lot of rent-to-own homes recently. So one of the most important things, though, with setting up a win-win situation for rent-to-own homes is making sure that the tenants can actually buy the homes in the future. So whereas I love rental houses, I love to keep my rental houses, it's only fair to the tenant if they are actually able to buy the home. So with a lease option to purchase is how we've structured most of our rent-to-owns. The tenant has the option to purchase the property for a set period of time, but if they can't get financed for it, it's kind of a moot point. So I've been working a lot with making sure that we can get people financed for these houses. I want to tell you what's important about getting a home loan. Recently, if you've been watching some of these videos, you know I've been nerding out to credit, and specifically business credit. But by nerding out to business credit, I've been able to consequently improve my own credit score. Like many small business owners, there's been periods where my personal credit has gotten wrecked by carrying business debt on personal credit cards or personal loans. So fortunately, if you check out some of the videos on getting business credit, you can see how I've kind of offloaded some of that personal debt onto the business where it's supposed to be in the first place. But something that you may find surprising is just because my personal consumer credit score is improved, that doesn't necessarily hold true for what lenders are going to be looking at. So when I go to refinance one of the homes that I own personally, the lender is going to pull what's called a residential mortgage credit report. And so the RMCR isn't the same as the credit report that I monitor on some of my consumer profiles. While you may already be familiar with some of the differences between a FICO score and a Vantage score, with the RMCR, it's specifically weighted for mortgage lenders. So, for example, one of the small differences between your normal credit score and your RMCR is if you pay off your credit card every month, that's going to benefit you more on the RMCR than if you carry a revolving balance. Whereas you can see with your FICO score or with your Vantage score, it doesn't necessarily look at the frequency of the revolving debt. It just looks at the amount that you're carrying at that given time. But with the RMCR, it's designed specifically to judge your likelihood of default on a mortgage loan, and so it's a proprietary credit report that mortgage lenders are going to use, and so you're going to see your score lower on the RMCR than on the consumer report that you pull. All right, so I want to get a mortgage loan. I've been monitoring my credit. What are the lenders going to look at? Well, when they pull your RMCR, they're going to pull all three of your credit reports. And so the score that they pull, though, is going to be the middle of the three scores. Now, there's a couple exceptions to that. So, for example, if you have a tied score, they're going to go with the tied score, which makes sense. That's still the median score by virtue of it being tied. But then also, if you don't have a score at one of the three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, then the mortgage lender is going to take the lower of the two scores that you do have. Another thing that comes up a lot is, should I try to qualify jointly with a spouse or significant other or someone else who's going to be living in the home? And so I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, I'm not going to give legal or tax advice, but something that I think from what I've seen before and also from some of my readings is that the mortgage doesn't equal the title or deed. So when you're looking for the loan, my personal suggestion would be that you take whatever is most advantageous. So if you have two applicants with great credit, now putting both of those people on the loan is going to allow you to aggregate both incomes to be considered in the loan. However, if one person has a weaker credit and weaker income and the other person has strong income and strong credit, then you may want to consider just putting the stronger person on the loan to get the best interest rates and financing. Now, you would want to talk to your lawyer because the mortgage doesn't necessarily equal the title or deed. So just because someone's not on the mortgage doesn't mean they can't be on title and on deed. So you can still put someone on title and on deed, so you're joint owners in the property, but only have the stronger credit score apply, so that way you can get the best financing possible for your specific situation. If this is helpful, please give this video a like down below, subscribe to this channel. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments below. I try very hard to make sure that I respond to any questions that I get and help people move forward in their investing journey.